Hi all, welcome back to the final whistle. Hope everyone is well. Tonight is the Premier League predictions game week 6 then, as we talk about the predictions from all the Premier League games. We look back on all the other Premier League games as well from week 5, as we are joined by Football Martin for all this. Welcome to the channel, everyone. If you enjoyed this stream, hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already and you're new to the channel. Please get down and subscribe. We're going to go through all the predictions for this week and predict each game. So join us and get involved in all that. And yeah, sorry for the late inconvenience. Martin obviously had camera trouble, so he obviously had to go and sort his camera out. But yeah, evening everyone, and hope everyone's well. How are you, Jack, mate? Hope you're good. Callum, how are you, mate? I hope you've not forgot and gone off to do your daily evening shopping. No, not tonight, mate. Simon, how are you, pal? Hope you're good, mate. Right, let's get my guest in then, Mr. Football Martin. Martin, how are you, mate?
Jack, I'm good, thanks, mate. You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. So everything's good now, Martin, with your camera and that, yeah?
We've got a microphone that works. We've got a camera that works, which is always helpful. When I do these things, I like to have everything in working order. So, yeah, no, it's good to be here, mate. Good to be here. Thank you for everyone for tuning in as well. Loads of people tuning in, which is brilliant.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Martin, let's have a look at the latest scores. Obviously, we both got 18 points this week. I'm now on 73. You're on 83. I haven't managed to catch you up as of yet, which is kind of annoying, to be fair, because you always want to get more points, and then you look at it and you think, how well have I done this week? And then you look at it and you think, it's a draw. But, you know, it's early on in the season, still a long way to go. But how are you, Martin, by the way?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, not too bad. The weekend will be pretty calm, actually, because we don't play till Monday. So Southampton can't ruin my weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, which is nice. So we'll wait till Monday, and they can ruin the start of the week probably. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy watching the rest of the action from around the Premier League, though.
Let's get into game week 5 before we get into all the predictions for game week 6.
Six teams still not won a Premier League game, Jack, as well. It's a Premier League record, isn't it? I don't think it's ever been done before. So yeah, there's 6 teams struggling can't buy a win right now. So was it Saints, Leicester, Ipswich, Wolves, Palace?
Crystal Palace, yeah.
Is there anyone else? Have I forgotten anyone else? It covers it, doesn't it?
I think that's it.
Yeah, not great.
That's not a great stat you want to read. I think that's the first ever time that's happened in the Premier League where 6 teams haven't won. Talk to me about game week 5. Which game stood out for you? I mean, Chelsea beating West Ham 3-0. Aston Villa beating Wolves after going 1-0 down. Fulham beating Newcastle 3-1. There was quite a lot of 3-1s in the last week. And Everton 1-1 with Leicester. Talk to me about the first 4 games.
First 4 games, Chelsea done well, didn't they? They took the lead early, didn't they? Were quite rampant. I got to St Mary's and they were already 2-0 up when I got there on Saturday. It was the early kickoff. Didn't see loads of it. The one game that I didn't watch loads of the games that you've spoken about. Obviously, Fulham's result against Newcastle was a really decent result with Craven Cottage, wasn't it? A 3-1 victory for Fulham. Decent result for them. Really, really good result. What other games did you include in that, Jack, that you just said? The other games you included?
Aston Villa beating Wolves and Leicester 1, Everton 1.
Yeah, I was surprised at the Everton result. I think you guys would have wanted to win. I heard they played all right, Everton. I only know that from speaking to the goalkeeper. He said that had a lot of chances, but didn't take their chances, which seems to be the way with Everton at this moment in time.
Yeah, Everton are on that sort of patch, aren't they, where they take a lead and they don't keep the lead. Leicester wasn't great first half. Obviously, the weather did come hammering down in Leicester with thunder and lightning and all that. We had everything on that.
Wasn't it sunny to start with? Wasn't the game sunny to start with and then just like descended into rain?
Yeah, nice and sunny, and it was just doom and gloom from there. Everton took the lead before the rain started coming down. Poor defending, I thought, from Leicester to not sort of track him or even tackle him, for him to get a goal away. I think it was Ndiaye what scored for Everton. And then, Everton, better team in the first half. Second half, Leicester came out more. Mavididi ended up getting a goal for Leicester. Leicester probably should have upped their game more after scoring, but we never really looked like doing so. And, we ended up bringing Mavididi off. Leicester fans weren't happy with that one. A few fans questioning Steve Cooper about them sort of situations and that. A real must-win game, which turned into only a point. And I think with them types of games, Martin, when you're Leicester, you need to pick up points from them positions. They'll be the teams that'll be around you this season, and I guess that's where you look at it with Southampton as well. They're teams you've got to beat to stay in the league.
Yeah, no, really important. You've got to beat teams around you, and that's one of the most important things to do. We needed to beat Ipswich the weekend and failed to do so. And it's when you've got those fixtures like Saints have got Leicester in a few weeks' time at home, have to win that game. Everton at home need to win that game. The home games are crucial come the back end of the season. I think for any of those sides down in that sort of that bottom 6-7, to anybody that can go and string a couple of wins together will jump out of that bottom end of the table and sort of all of a sudden end up mid-table. But you need to really find a way to get a string of results. But it's really difficult in this league to do that. It's so different to the Championship.
Yeah, I think when you come up from the Championship, you've got to, up your game more, aren't you, to another level. The Premier League's tough, isn't it? It's what we proved it with the teams that went down last season. That it's not a walk in the park. It's going to be a real challenge, which we knew that as teams coming up. We look at Liverpool 3-0 against Bournemouth, Southampton. Talk to me about Saints. I mean, Sam Morsey with an absolute belter in the 96th minute, I think it was.
95th, yeah.
Tyler Diblin, I think, scored for Southampton. How impressive has he been for you? And what did you make of the result versus Ipswich? Would you say it were a fair result, or do you think Southampton deserved the 3 points in the end?
It was an interesting game. Just to touch upon Tyler Dibbling. He had a brilliant pre-season, by the way. And he was really, really unlucky not to be in the starting 11 at the start of the season against Newcastle. He's only 18, but he's young. He's a very, very good player. Really good. He's got a bit of Jack Grealish about him. Wears his socks around his ankles. He doesn't give a damn. He just goes past people, gets his head down, but the ball just sticks to his feet. He's a really good player. It was his first Premier League goal of many, Jack. I said on TNT Sport when I joined him a couple of weeks ago for the Man United game, I thought he'd score before the international break. Wasn't surprised that he did that as well, but he was magnificent. The two best players for Southampton on the day actually were two academy graduates. One that come through a long time ago, Adam Lallana. He played in midfield for Saints, was outstanding, and Tyler Dibbling, both brilliant. Adam Lallana sets Tyler up for the goal as well. It was a brilliant pass, brilliant bit of vision. And Saints had that lead for pretty much 90 minutes, didn't they? It was well into stoppage time. Russell might have made a lot of changes late in the game. After 30 minutes, after 60 minutes, he obviously took Ryan Fraser off, who had an okay game, and Adam Lallana, who was probably the man of the match. He took them off, and the game changed a bit after that. They had a little bit more impetus in the game than Ipswich. But you know what? Though they weren't great, they could have still won the game. Saints weren't great, and they could have won the game. So it's probably a fair result in the end. You got to do better from a set play, though, haven't you? because that's where it's come from, have to be loads better from set play. So really disappointed with how the goals come about. You've got to see games out in the Premier League and you get punished. And a point at the end of the day, I felt like we've been beaten when I walked out there. I felt well despondent the weekend. So bitterly disappointed as a Saints fan walking out of St Mary's on Saturday.
Yeah, Tottenham 3-1 against Brentford. Obviously, Brentford went ahead again in the early seconds of the game. Crystal Palace shared the spoils of Man United in a 0-0 draw. Brighton and Forest, that ended up 2-2. I mean, talk to me about the Man City Arsenal game. I mean, that ended up 2-2 as well. Erling Haaland in amongst the goals again. Arsenal holding on for dear life in that second half because Man City kept coming and going and going and going and going. And Arsenal parked the bus. They legitimately parked the bus. And, you know, Man City struggled to get through, but then that late goal came from substitution, John Stones. And what did you make of the City-Arsenal game, Martin?
Yeah, it was disappointing, mate. It was in the end, but that sending off, I've got to say, the sending off ruined it, really. I thought 11v11, it was really good opening start, but the first 20 minutes, City were outstanding. They played some good football. But you just got, like, once they had the man sent off, they were going to camp in, weren't they? That's what they were going to do. Defend their goal. Don't let anyone go down the side of the fullbacks. Just keep it compact. And they did that, and City just passed the ball, didn't they? I just thought it was boring in the end. Obviously they sneaked it, you know, and they got some out of it. Arsenal 11v11. I think they might have won it, actually, to be fair. But yeah, really disappointed with that sending off. Fine margins, isn't it, really, in football? Real fine margins. Arthur says in the chat below, Jack, 0 for Southampton again. I must be mistaken, Arthur. I thought it was 1-1. It was a point apiece. So Southampton do have a point. I had to pick that one out of the comments box. I'm just reading it as it's going on.
I think Martin's just proved the point.
I have proved the point indeed.
Martin, let's get on to game week 6. Guys, always hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Go and check out Football Martin as well. Get your predictions in as we talk about each individual game now. We've got 10 games to cover. So let's get on with it. And we start with St James's Park. Newcastle, Man City. Talk to me about this one. What's your feelings out of this dinner time kickoff?
Yeah, Newcastle, Man City. Newcastle decent at home. Man City just beat everyone, don't they? Don't know. It's hard to ever bet against Man City losing a game, isn't it, really? I can't remember what I put in the WhatsApp group earlier on for this one. I'm going to go with a City win. I think David's pretty much pulled out what I was going to say. I'm going to go 2-1. Newcastle will get a goal, but City to run out with a victory in this one.
I think this is a huge miss for Man City with Rodri injured.
Big blow for them.
Did it for him, big blow. I think De Bruyne is going to be missing this game as well. I think Haaland, you know, Newcastle going to want to keep him out as long as possible in that game. They don't want him to extend that scoring streak at all, especially against them. Tough game for Newcastle. Newcastle have done very well at home so far this season. They'll be happy. You know, they'll look to get something out of this game. I think with Man City, the quality that they've got and the way they approach a game, and I think, you know, Haaland will get a goal in this game against Newcastle for me. I think Man City are going to win this one 3-1. What has everyone else gone for? Callum's gone 3-1 City. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Man City, very good side, aren't they, Martin, to be honest? And you know, to get our points against Arsenal, it keeps Arsenal away, done it from them for now. And
it does for now.
Yeah. Talking about Arsenal, it's the next one. Arsenal-Leicester at the Emirates. Some call this a free hit for Leicester. Tough game. I think this is one of the games probably, Martin, where Leicester's got to go and park the bus. Hold out as long as we can and maybe go and get something out of this game. But nah, to be fair, this is a real tough game for Leicester, you know. And how do you see this one going at the Emirates between the Gunners and the Foxes?
Yeah, I think you got a really tough game on your hands. I was looking at the statistics on it a short while ago, Jack, before I come on. they dominate the head-to-head, Arsenal in this one. They've only lost once to Leicester at home since September 1973. Those fixtures, they've won 22 and drawn 7, Jack.
It's not a stat we had to look at. I mean, last time we beat Arsenal with COVID.
Brutal one, yeah.
I don't think we beat them in front of the fans. Leicester 1, Arsenal 0. This is one that Steve Cooper spoke about. He said Leicester have got to be really at their best. They've got to stay focused, but also have got the quality. These are the types of games for Leicester where you probably would be lucky to get something out of these games. These are the games we don't really look at for points. It's the ones, the teams around you and probably higher up. But, we always seem to give Arsenal a good game at the Emirates when we go there. Jamie Vardy, they'll be looking out for him again this weekend. Also, I think he scored 11 in his last 14 against Arsenal in the league. So I'm going to go... I'll tell you what, I'd like to say a draw. And I'd laugh if we did get a draw out of this game, to be honest, with everyone writing us off. But I tell you what, I'm going to go. I think Arsenal have too much for us in this one. But maybe Leicester could spring a surprise. But I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. I'm going to go with my head in this one because as much as I'd love to go with my heart, I think this is a real free hit with Leicester with the games coming up against Bournemouth, Southampton, Forest and Ipswich. So they're the games we need to get points out of. But who knows? It's football. Anything can happen, but we'll see. Next one, Martin, Brentford, West Ham. How do you see this one going? I mean, Brentford are doing all right, aren't they? West Ham, what's your thoughts on both sides?
Well, I chatted to Big P this week, actually. He was saying that Julian Lopetegui's under a fair bit of pressure. I believe he got booed for the substitution of Somerville at the weekend as well. Got beaten last night in the Carabao Cup quite heavily at Liverpool as well. So, yes, it's a tough one for them. Brentford traditionally pretty good at home as well, aren't they? I see Brentford edging it. I've got to be honest. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Brentford win in this one, Jack.
I'm going to go 2-1 Brentford. I think home advantage for Brentford. They look good, don't they? Mbeumo and Wissa for them. West Ham have not started off the way they'd have hoped, but I think West Ham will be around the top 10 this season for sure. But I think Brentford, win this one 2-1. I think it'll be a close-knitted game. A few 2-1s, Martin. Dave's gone 2-1. Callum's gone 2-1. Arthur's gone 2-2. Luke has gone 1-0 Brentford. Callum's gone 2-1 Brentford. Chelsea Brighton. How do you see this one going between the two sides?
Chelsea win.
Chelsea have started off very well, haven't they, Martin?
Yeah. No one thought they'd be where they are right now. They're fifth at the minute. They're doing well, playing some good football. I watched a little bit of their Carabao Cup game in the week as well. Yeah, I know it's Barrow, but they look good. They've got some good players. He's kind of got a pool of players that he's working with there with a huge squad that he's got. But I don't think Brighton travel that well, actually. I was looking at the statistics on this one. They've only won 2 of their last 15 Premier League road trips. Have Brighton and Hove Albion. I don't see it changing at Stamford Bridge neither. I think Chelsea will win this one. I think it'd be tight. I don't think there'll be loads of goals in it, but a 2-1 Chelsea win, Jack, for me in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to back Chelsea to win 2-1 as well in that one. I think it'll be a good game. I think Chelsea, he's getting the best out of his players, isn't he? Enzo Maresca, everyone wrote him off to say he could be the first manager to get sacked. But he's proving everyone wrong at the minute, He's getting the wins when it matters and, they look like they're playing some good stuff. They played some good stuff at West Ham and obviously, Nicholas Jackson scoring again. He's on some hot form. 3-1 Chelsea. Yeah, 2-1 for me. Everton Palace. How do you see this one going? Do you see Everton having some confidence going into this game after the Leicester draw? Palace, I think Everton are their bogey side, aren't the Palaces? So how do you kind of see it going at Goodison Park? Can you see Everton getting a win over Palace, or do you think Palace have enough to see off Everton?
Yeah, I was looking at the stats on this one. Sean Dyche, it said, will take some comfort from the Blues' dominant recent head-to-head run, as Everton have lost just one of their last 19 meetings with Crystal Palace. They've won 9 and drawn 9. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with a draw, Jack, with this one. After looking at the statistics, history can go out the window in games like this. I'm not sure that Everton will win it though. If they happen to lose at home at Goodison Park in front of the Blues fans, I think he'd be under massive pressure, the manager, when he's Sean Dyche. But he is anyway. I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with 2-2 in this one. Neither side to get their first win of the season.
Evening, TGF. Welcome to the channel, pal. Everton seem to go ahead this season quite often and then throw it away. Last home game, I think they played Bournemouth in the league and they lost 3-2 late on. I think, yeah, like I say, Palace don't really travel well to Goodison Park. So I'm going to go for a draw as well, Martin. I'm going to go 1-1. Next one, Forest versus Fulham. Two sides won some very good sort of form, aren't they? Forest are unbeaten at the minute, aren't they, in the league? Fulham are playing really good football under Marco Silva. Who wins at the City Ground, Martin?
I think it'd be a tight affair, actually. I was looking back to my predictions I did earlier. I'm going to go with a draw in it. I like Forest. They'd be good at home. Don't see him getting beaten, though. I don't see him getting beaten. I like the look of Nottingham Forest. Hudson is always playing really well, isn't he? Going to go with a 2-2 draw in this. I don't know if I could do another 2-2 draw a minute ago, but I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
2-2.
Yeah, just don't see Forest getting beaten.
Everton 3, Everton 1. Didn't know Everton were playing against each other, but we'll see.
Callum's there with his prediction.
Fulham to win 2-1. Morgan Gibbs White's going to be missing this one. So is Nuno Espirito Santo after getting sent off against Brighton. I'm going to go 2-1 Fulham. I'm going to back Fulham in this one. Next one, Wolves v Liverpool.
God damn.
Talk to me about Wolves. I mean, not the greatest start they've had after Martin under Gary O'Neill this season. Liverpool, they'll want to stake a claim that they can go and compete with Manchester City for the title this season. But how do you see Wolves v Liverpool? Do you think Liverpool have enough, or could Wolves spring a surprise on the Reds?
I'd be surprised if Wolves bring a surprise. Gary O'Neill will be fearing the worst, they mate, because the recent head-to-head against Liverpool isn't great. Wolves have lost 14 of their last 15 league head-to-heads. They've only won once in 15 attempts against Liverpool, so doesn't look great, does it? I think Liverpool are proper taken to bits. They're struggling. Wolves got no confidence aside at home. Pressure again on another manager. All these sides without a victory yet. All managers under pressure. Yeah, I think it'd be like a 4-5-0, which is really harsh on Wolves. But I'm going to go with a 4-0 victory to Liverpool. I watched them last night, second string out, and they took to bits West Ham really. And they rested loads of players, but be a comfortable Liverpool win for me.
I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool. I think they'll have enough to see off Wolves. Wolves are not playing great, are they? Let's be honest. They went ahead against Villa and then they ended up going defensive mode and then because shit 3 goals. And against Liverpool, they're going to try and defend as much as they can, aren't they? And counter-attack Liverpool in the game. But yeah, 3-0 for me. I think Liverpool win that quite convincingly, to be fair. And I don't see the rot for Wolves ending anytime soon regarding them getting their first win. Ipswich Aston Villa is a Sunday game. Portman Road. Ipswich have done all right, haven't they, so far? They've picked up a few points here and there. How do you see them getting on against Villa? Tough game?
Yeah, really tough game. I obviously saw Ipswich up close at the weekend at St Mary's. They've got some good players, but I don't see where the goals coming from. A bit like Southampton, I don't really see where they're gonna go and hurt teams. I was disappointed with Delap actually because I'd heard good things about Delap. He was really poor against Southampton the weekend, and he'd be up for a far better test against a really informed Villa side. I don't see anything other than a Villa winning this. Two good centre backs though for Ipswich Town. I've got to say their partnerships changed. I think it was O'Shea and Greaves played at the back for them. Decent centre backs. Leif Davis can leave gaps when he goes forward. I think that from what I've seen of Villa, that when they're at it, they're at it. They go there and win. I would think. I'd be surprised to see Ipswich walk out that without getting anything. And for both, our teams, we'd hope that they didn't get anything out of it. So yeah, I'm hoping that Villa win it. 2-1 Aston Villa.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Villa. I think Villa have enough, to be honest. I think Ipswich, they'll be there till the end, like they always are in games. That non-stop energy, what they have, and they do like to score a few late goals, don't they, Ipswich? Let's be honest. But I don't see it happening this game, if I'm honest with you. I think Villa will have enough quality in the squad to get the job done. Ollie Watkins is now starting to find his feet in the league now and scoring goals. Duran's on some good form going into this as well. So, yeah, I think it only goes one way in Aston Villa's favour. And the Unai Emery, I think they've done fantastic in the way they've gone about the Champions League and in the league as well. So, yeah, I think 3 points will be coming Aston Villa's way at the weekend for me. Man United Spurs, Old Trafford. How do you see this one going between United and Spurs? Spurs have started off mixed bag, haven't they, Spurs, regarding performances-wise? Last game they beat Brentford quite convincingly, they beat Everton quite convincingly, haven't they? But then you look at the other results and, you could say they've played well in games, but they've not picked up the results in points. And do you think Man United sort of draw this game, or how do you see it going?
I think it'd be an interesting game. United weren't great apparently last night in European action. My pal, one of my best pals, is a massive United fan. He watched it. He said it was pretty dreadful last night. Yeah, they've done okay this season. Defensively, they've looked a bit better, haven't they? Do you know what? Super Sunday, it should be a really good game, but I bet you it's not. I bet you it's like a 1-1 draw. I think, who's it said it was a 1-1 draw? I think David said a minute ago, 1-1 draw. Yeah, that's what I think it'd be. I think it'd be like a draw. I don't see either side winning it. I do like Postecoglou. I've said that a few times. I'm not a massive fan of Erik ten Hag. I've got to be honest. But yeah, I see a victory for. I don't see a victory for either side. Sorry, I'm going to go with the draw, mate. 1-1 for me.
I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. I'm going to go Son to score. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham. I think Spurs are going to be confident going into that game for me.
Well, the Monday night football, eh?
South Coast derby. Martin, I'm sure you'll probably be at this game, maybe, or
I'll be there. I'm going.
Is this one you'll be going to?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. It's tough to get tickets.
Is this your first visit to the Vitality?
Yeah, I've been waiting to do it for a long time as an away fan, because obviously getting allocations to these games is really difficult. I've been down there and sat in the Bournemouth fans and watched it as a Southampton fan before. I wouldn't let any Bournemouth fans know that, but I've done so now. I think it's a really tough game. Contrasting sides that both play totally different styles of football. They play a high energy, high press. They leave gaps in behind, but obviously Southampton like to play it out from the back. He was asked about that in his press conference today. He was quite prickly with the answer, actually. He said, well, it depends how good the press is, really. But they have really good press inside. Southampton will need to break the lines and get out and get at Bournemouth. Bournemouth at home, Monday night, Sky Sports. Saints yet to get a win. I think it's a really, really tough game. My head would say Bournemouth would comfortably beat us 3-0. But I'm a Southampton fan, so I'm not going to bet against my team losing. But my heart's going to go with a sneaky Southampton 2-1 victory. So I'm going to go with my heart, sneaky 2-1 victory. But I do think it will be a really tough game. I think that it's got a recipe for a lot of goals for Bournemouth if they really press Saints and really go after us, which they will do. I'm not convinced where all our goals are coming from right now. I think we've got players that can open up Bournemouth if we can get the ball in the right areas of the field. Matheus Fernandes, Adam Lallana and Flynn Downs in central midfield 3 look quite tidy. I quite like the look of it. But they need to get Cameron Archer scoring. But Saints have a really good record down at the Vitality Stadium. A very good record. I can't remember the last time we lost there. I haven't got the statistics in front of me because they're not out yet, and I'm not sat down and looked at it. But yeah, I think it's a really tough game, Jack. Really tough.
I agree. Tough game, but this one's a South Coast derby, if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah. Bit of a derby.
You know,
our training ground's very close actually to their home stadium. Actually, a statistic for you: our training ground is closer to the Vitality than our home ground is to Portsmouth, to Fratton Park.
And I think Bournemouth's training ground's right next door to the ground, if it serves me correctly.
It is, yeah.
There's a stat for you. If anyone didn't know who hasn't visited the Vitality, you can go visit a training ground as well when you're there. Tough game for Saints. Saints, I think Diblin's been your outstanding player this season for me. Looking at him, you obviously speak quite highly of him, don't you, Martin, at your football club?
I'm his biggest fan. He watches my TikTok as well. He told me a while ago. See, I am his biggest fan, yeah.
But no, Bournemouth at home, good side, good manager. Like I say, 2 different styles of football. Saints can't afford to keep playing out from the back in this type of game because Bournemouth are going to hurt you if you do. You can't afford to mess up like you did against Brentford. I think was it Brentford your last away game?
Yeah, our last away game was Brentford. Yeah, it was.
Brentford, in the league. So I'm going to go in the Monday Night Football. I think, it'll be a tight game. But it's questioning where them points going to come from for Southampton. I've seen a few Southampton fans question it already. But yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Bournemouth. I think Southampton score, but I think they have enough.
They should.
Who's next to be Leicester manager? I want Nigel Pearson back.
Oh, dear me, you don't want that. Dear me, you don't want that.
Steve Cooper's in charge, and we'll see what happens in the foreseeable future. But now
he's not going to go anywhere. Give me your thoughts on him, Jack. Is he going anywhere? There's fans are really, all 5 teams that have not got a win, all their managers under pressure, just need to win, doesn't he? Get a win the weekend, like unexpectedly, and the pressure eases. Is he under massive pressure already?
I think, to be fair, watching us in the cup game in our second string side were absolutely poor. I think the Everton game were a must win. He didn't win that, and then you can't with Cooper. You kind of question his tactics, his style of football, his what do you want to get out of this team and stuff like that. Obviously, he speaks a very good game, Martin. You listen to him in press conferences. He sounds like a very nice guy. It's just his football is like it's not there in it. It's frustrating to watch. His timing of his substitutions, and now obviously I'm not. People ask me about in and out. I'm not Cooper out as of yet. It's one that we've got 4 games to come up after the Arsenal game. If he doesn't win them 4 games, then you sort of question: is this man the man to save us from relegation this season to keep us up? That's when you start asking the questions. But yeah, you can understand Leicester's frustration to the 90 minutes to not score a goal against Walsall and only beat them on penalties. It's like. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating, and I think with Cooper, he can understand the fans' frustration. Obviously, some fans want him out, some are still on the fence, some are just not sure. And I just think you've got to give him a chance for now if he can turn it around and maybe go and pick up a surprise result at Emirates. I think that really turns the tide a bit more towards him with the confidence. I think with Cooper, it's getting that first win. And, I think at the minute with style of football, I just feel with it, you don't really. I'm kind of confused with what he wants to do, and he's. I think he's starting 11 as well. He doesn't know his best 11, and I think as a manager, you should know that by now. With working with the squad and that, but no, I think for this weekend, tough. he knows how tough it is going to the Emirates. He says, you know, we've got to go and perform, hold our own against Arsenal, stay in the game as long as we can, and see what happens. But you know, he knows how big of a job it is and how tough of a season it's going to be for us.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be interesting to see. During the international break, Jack, I'm going to try and do a feature actually on my channel on all the clubs that are in the sort of bottom 5. So I want to do 5 features. So be interesting to get the thoughts on all the clubs in and around us on how the season's unravelled after what it'd be 6, 7 weeks. It will be 7 game weeks in by then.
Yeah, appreciate it. Right, Martin, thanks for coming
Thank
on,
you,
mate.
Jack.
Do appreciate
Thank you, mate.
it.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning
let
in as well.
everybody know where they can find you, mate, before I let you go.
Yeah, go subscribe to my channel if you're not done so already, at @footballmartin_. Really appreciate every follower, every subscriber means the absolute world to me. So yeah, just gone past 1.7k on YouTube, and I've not been on there for a year yet, so I'm really chuffed with that. And my TikTok's growing, so make sure you follow me on TikTok. Some really good content, and I also got the dancer on the channel this week, Jack. I've got P. Dawson. I got him on the on my channel. Yeah, got him on there. Nearly 200,000 video views. That one, it's quite incredible. So it's my only ever viral video on my channel, really. Well, yeah, anything of 100k plus. So yeah, chuffed to bits for that.
Fantastic. Cheers, Martin. All the best for the weekend, Jack. Mate.
See you, mate. Take it.
That's Football Martin. Great guest. Yeah. What have we got coming up on the final whistle then? So we've got Lee Judges on the final whistle tomorrow night from Arsenal Fan TV. He's going to be joining me from 6 o'clock tomorrow for the match preview as Leicester head to the Emirates for a tough game at the weekend. Or could we go and spring a surprise on Arsenal? Who knows? But remains to be seen which Leicester team's going to turn up on Saturday. Should be a good game at the Emirates for sure, and let's see what happens. There'll be a match day vlog from the Emirates on Saturday. That'll be out after the game. And then we're going to try and get an Xbox in the box on. We're looking at getting Ian Hume on the channel next week, potentially, to chat about his time at Leicester. And we'll ask Ian Hume his all-time Leicester 11 and the players that he's played with. But yeah, more to come. You're going to be in the session for those. See. Yeah. See you next show, Jack. Take care. Yeah, take care, everyone. Have a great rest of the evening, whatever you are up to. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed this stream. Subscribe if you haven't already to the Final Whistle. It'll help me out massively. We're on the road to 4K, so if you can help me out, do that. That'd be much appreciated. If you're watching this on playback, let me know your score prediction for the Premier League this weekend. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone, and see you soon. Hi all, thank you for watching the Final Whistle. If you enjoy all our content, please remember to smash a like, share and subscribe to the channel.